It's time again for the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Now, the Aquinas Lady Blue Golds and the Holmen Lady Vikings. The KQEG TV High School Game of the Week is brought to you by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Interior Design, your flooring headquarters on Holmen Drive in Holmen. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Fairway Painting and Sandblasting in Holmen. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, tractor, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart. Pizza Corral, round up the family and head for Pizza Corral in Holmen. Premier Spine Health and Injury on Main Street in Holmen. Fiesta Mexicana, don't just have dinner, make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Weisbrod and Associates, certified public accountants in La Crosse. And Bacalar Sausage, making quality sausage products since 1935. Now let's go courtside in Holmen with KQEG's Art Fay and Terry Erickson. It's time again for the KQEG.
Welcome everyone to Holmen Middle School tonight for the KQEG High School Game of the Week. This is Art Fay along with Terry Erickson. We got Jesse Von Ruden on the computer for us tonight. Ryan Scape was working the camera, and we've got ourselves a Mississippi Valley Conference matchup between the ladies of Aquinas and the Holmen Vikings. The Blue Golds come in here tonight, 19-1. They're 10-0 in the conference, while the Holmen girls, they have a record of 6-13. They are 3-7 in the MVC. And the reason we're over here tonight is this is a makeup game from all that weather that came through from last week, and we are now playing here because at the high school, the Mississippi Valley Conference gymnastics meet is going on, long established scheduled event, and so we are here at the middle school. So Terry, taking a look at these two teams tonight. They're matching up. They met before, and it was a big win by the Aquinas Blue Golds.
It was, but let's talk about a couple other things first, can we?
Sure.
First of all, happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, that's right.
Here on February 14th as we have this game live and then on tape. But here's an interesting thing. I was looking at my calendar for the last couple of years, and it seems the last 4 years in a row we've worked a game, you and I, on Valentine's Day. And I hate to tell you this, but your flowers and your card and your chocolate is the same place it was last year. And to our viewers, happy Valentine's on this February 14th here at Holmen Middle School.
That's very nice of you. And, you know, I got my mini Valentine's Day gift to my wife tonight. You know, just came home and said, "Here, dear," and off I went.
Well, she wouldn't know it any other way.
No.
So that's the issue. But I have such strong memories of Holmen Middle School, which for those viewers that don't know, this was the high school for decades.
Sure.
And I worked a lot of games on this floor for Gary Johnson, who was a longtime head coach and just retired as the assistant to Dwayne Veek on the girls' side. I worked a lot of girls' games for Dwayne Veek, and I remember distinctly one game, I'm working the boys' game, Gary Johnson versus his longtime friend Dave Horton, who played together at Logan, and they went to the state tournament together. And Dave Horton has now passed away, but he coached a team from Franklin, Wisconsin. You know where that is? Outside of Milwaukee.
Yes.
And
yes,
I'm emphatically putting my hand down on the floor to say that you went out of bounds right here, and I'm pointing the other way. I hit my hand down harder than I should have, and I broke a bone in my wrist.
Oh.
So for the rest of the entire season, I had a splint on my wrist. So that's one of my memories of this particular court.
Wow. Wow. All right. Well, how about tonight's game?
How about
the game tonight?
Well, I'll tell you, I think Aquinas is going to be dangerous. Why do I say that? Because they came off a resounding loss to Hopkins, 82-61, down 45-29 at halftime against, by the way, one of the top 10 teams, Hopkins, in Minneapolis, in this entire country. 7 players, D1 scholarships. I mean, it was a tremendous game. And by the way, they're not going to back down because they've scheduled them again for next year, according to what Dave Donarski said. So coming off a loss, how are they going to respond to that loss? I think they're going to step their game up here tonight against the Vikings.
Well, it could be. Looking back at that particular game, I know Coach Donarski was just saying, you know, we took a long while to convince him to play us. You know, it just wasn't an automatic.
Yeah, and They're mostly underclassmen, by the way, that lost last Saturday afternoon in Minneapolis. And so Aquinas, mostly underclassmen also. So that will be another exciting game a year from now.
Well, this Aquinas team tonight, Terry, they coming in, as you said, that one loss. They're ranked number 1 in Division 3. Division 3? Division 4.
Division 4.
Division 4 in the state of Wisconsin. And Melrose Mindoro is right behind them. They're averaging 74 points a game, only giving up 36, and they've got a lot of weapons on that team. They are
so deep. They're deep off the bench, too. But when you look at their scoring, I mean, they have 3 players in double figures, Donarski, Becker, and Teusz, and Weisbrod can score. I mean, they're just full of artillery, basically, on offense, and their defense really creates their offense, but you're exactly right. There's not a weak spot on the entire team, and I've seen it. This is about the 5th time we broadcast their games, so I'm thoroughly convinced it's one of the better teams that the Blue Goals have ever had.
Holmen Vikings come in. They're averaging 44 points a game, giving up 50. They are 6-13 on the year, and Terry, they are, if they get into a running game, they're going to be in trouble. A low-scoring game will work to their advantage. They don't have anybody that's scoring in double figures on an average per game.
I know they're young. We'll talk about that. I know their head coach really well, Nate Johnson, who played at Blair Taylor for Hall of Fame coach Randy Storley, played at Mount Scenario. You probably don't remember those days. Mount Scenario in Ladysmith, Wisconsin, no longer a college. But I worked a lot of games up there, so I know him. Longtime assistant. He's young. He's patient. They're not very big. They're vulnerable to mistakes. You're right. They don't put a lot of points on the board. And one of the keys to the game, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, is going to be to limit the possessions of the Blue Goals and take care of the basketball.
And coming into tonight's game, the first matchup was a 68-25 win for the Aquinas Blue Golds. They got a big spread in that particular game, and that's one of the things that the Holmen Vikings are going to have to watch for and keep that under control.
Well, they got in a deep hole, I mean, at the bottom of the well right away, and they were intimidated at the DB Reinhardt Center on the campus of Aquinas High School. They just got shell-shocked, and it was turnover city, basically. And I remember reading about that game. They were never able to dig themselves out of the hole until the second half, and then it was over.
It was. Well, teams are heading back into their final huddle here before we get to tonight's starting lineups. So we'll take a timeout and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity Heating and Cooling System.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star Maintenance Program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holmen. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs Holmen.
Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of
Welcome back to Holmen Middle School. And the starting lineup now for the Aquinas Blue Golds in their dark uniforms tonight. Number 5 is Taylor Teusch, a junior at 5'7". Number 10 is Megan Scheid. She's a 5'3" senior. Number 20 is Kayla Barr. She's a junior, standing at 5'8". Number 21 is Lexi Donarski at 5'9", a junior, the coach's daughter. And finally, Courtney Becker, a 6' junior, wearing number 32. And the second leading scorer for these Aquinas Blue Golds, Dave Donarski, the head coach.
Bree Barr with an injury out for the year, but we'll see the other 4 players, Elena Bagneski, J.C. Weisbrod, tremendous outside shooter, Joey Koblitz, and Libby Halvaka.
Number 2, Sydney Jar, a sophomore at 5'11". Number 5 is Lexi Jeffers, a sophomore, and she's 6 foot. Number 22 is Anna Knudsen, a senior at 5'8". And 23 is Braden Rutten, a junior at 5'11". And number 32 is Haley Veliska, a sophomore, and she stands 5'4". Nate Johnson, the head coach for the Vikings.
Assistant coach, too, part of the family. Brian Veliska, his daughter Haley, leads the team in scoring with 8 points a game. Leading rebounder, by the way, Sydney Jar at 5'11", sophomore, and averaging 8 rebounds a game and 8 points a game. So not a lot of scoring for those Holmen Vikings.
Well, you had said, too, how young they were, Terry. 1 senior starting, 2 sophomores, and 2 juniors.
Yeah, a lot of that a lot of that I see in the Mississippi Valley Conference, by the way. A lot of young talent.
So here we go. Vikings in the white tonight against this man-to-man.
Yeah, they play textbook man-to-man, too, just like a lot of college teams play, like probably your sister teaches at Illinois. They just close out hard, although that time was a little bit of a low closeout.
Haley Veliska.
Well, that's why she's the leading scorer on the team. She's improved her turnover ratio too, so she's and a zone, as I thought, for the Holmen Vikings, and a good entry pass right away and to the biggest player on the floor, Courtney Becker, at 6 foot.
Yep, and there's a steal on the press, and Becker back up with another one, and she'll go to the line. We don't see too often the full court press there. Usually, what I've seen at the Aquinas Blue Golds is usually that half court trapping defense that they work with.
You know, you don't see many college teams with a full court press either. Do you ever notice that?
Not very often.
No, I mean, they go back, they sprint back, they get to their spots, and they play really solid half court defense. And there's a reason for that. One of them is the fatigue factor.
All right. Both free throws are good.
One thing I admire for the Blue Golds, too, now they're in that full court, as you said, they've been able to stay out of foul trouble a lot, too.
Well, you know, one thing about a full court press for the Blue Golds, you know, we got a jump ball.
This could be a sloppy game, too, if the Vikings have a challenge in breaking this press. It could be a runaway here early on. Composure, a key factor for the Holmen Vikings.
Stolen away by the Vikings on the inbound pass. And we got an over and back call. Oh, a foul, I'm sorry.
Ooh. Got 3 young officials working this game, too, that, you know, there's a huge shortage throughout the country in officials, and in this area even maybe more so, but now with all the rescheduled games, hard to find people to work the game. Right?
Teusch with a three-pointer makes it 7-3. Teusch had a thought about it again. Kayla Barr going in, off the front of the rim, rebound, Vikings.
Kayla Barr was our player of the game against Onalaska recently, and she is just coming onto her own, does a lot of things that people don't even appreciate besides score.
Here goes Kayla down with the interception, back over, and they called her for traveling. I think we saw Kayla Barr, I don't remember the exact number, but I think her high was 21 or 22 points.
Yeah,
and I think she hit 4 or 5 3-pointers that game.
She really reached her peak performance in that game.
And we got a collision, going to be a blocking foul against Teusch.
Her dad called me after the game, Jason Barr, who played for me years ago and worked for me, and said, "Can I get a copy of the tape from that game?"
Really?
Did so well. And I said, "Sure." So I brought it tonight, actually. And
he's in the crowd.
and And so if anybody watching this wants a copy of any of these tapes, contact us. You might mute the broadcasters off and you can watch the game.
Stolen by Kayla Barge. Pushes it ahead. Here's Donarski. Sets up, and she'll kick it back out. Here's a little floater, not going to go. That score remains 7-3, and the Vikings coming back. Now they're looking at that half-court trap.
Yeah, there's that run and jump kind of half-court trap. They run a mixture of different defenses. Makes it hard to scout and play against, as you know.
Stolen away. Underneath they go to Courtney Becker, and good soft hands and control by Becker.
Yeah, and an early timeout by Nate Johnson in his first year as the head coach.
9-3 is the score. And our first timeout, we're going to have Schumacher Kish Funeral Homes, being one of our sponsors, is serving the La Crosse area for over 50 years. They've got traditional service or prearranged funeral plans. It's comforting to know they'll be there when you need them. Schumacher Kish, they've got locations in La Crosse, La Crescent, as well as Onalaska.
Again, we want to send our thoughts to the Kish family that maybe a lot of our viewers didn't know that Sherry Kish, the mother of the boys who run the funeral home, passed away
I wasn't aware of that.
last week. So we as a family attended that, and she's part of the support of the Schumacher Kish Funeral Home, not only to us, but throughout the community. I mean, they're just super people.
Yeah, they are good people. So a full timeout. Team's kind of resetting for the Holmen Vikings. You know, but you could tell, Terry, when the half-court trap came up, they were ready for it. They pulled back a little bit in the backcourt and got set up so they could manage that.
Exactly, and that's part of what you do when you prepare for teams like that. Rick Majerus, the great coach at Marquette and all over the country, used to do what's called surprise and change. Every time there was a timeout, he would have another kind of a front, another defense. I don't know if you remember Rick Majerus.
Oh, sure I do, sure.
Coached under Al McGuire, and you and I know those names.
Absolutely. Well, you know, one of the things on this trap, you know, one of the things to break this half court is to try to get it at the top of the key. You're a big post person, but boy, the Blue Goals have got that really covered.
They do, and you're exactly right. It's almost as if you were a coach here, but your sister's the coach. You're not.
I'm not.
But you're right. Get the ball in the middle, and then the two wings cut to the basket. That's what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
And then look and find an open player.
Yeah, this time Aquinas didn't get a chance to set it up, but they just go right back at it. Baseline shot up, and that's going to go in, and Courtney Becker is going to get a foul. So going to the line will be Anna Knutson. See if she can add a point.
Yeah, Anna Knutson working her way into the starting lineup, but by the way, wasn't starting early on, and as a result of injuries, and she's such a smart player and plays good defense. And Nate Johnson said to me, I'm going to put her in the lineup, and that's why she's here tonight.
She connects 9-6. Blue Golds playing in halves. We're at 14:50 left in the first half.
My wife said to me when I left, I think this will be a 40-point game like some of the Blue Gold games so you can get home at a decent
You just
time.
never know.
Oh, nice pass, too.
Courtney Becker on fire in the early going.
Block to block, I like. I like unselfish play. Good vision. Find the open man. I know your sister, the head coach at Illinois, says the same thing. Have good vision. Have good unselfishness. Recognize teammates. Don't take a good shot. Take a great shot. Big difference between a good shot and a great shot.
Yeah. Well, down there in Iowa tonight where they're playing, they got there's a young gal from Wisconsin. Her name is Megan Knutson, and she's one of the best players in the country.
I've read about her, actually. She was on SportsCenter recently.
Courtney Becker, she is now got 10 points out of the 13 for these Blue Golds.
She's listed at 6. She even looks bigger than that, doesn't she?
Yeah.
As a junior.
And she's going to Drake. So you got Drake and you got Iowa State representing the floor here with Lexi Donarski going that direction.
You and I just played high school ball, and
that was enough.
We finished. It was her career, right?
It was it.
Yeah, and my coach told me in high school, Terry, you'll probably never be a college player. Of course, I didn't think I was anyway, but he said, why don't you be a referee instead? At least you could be on the court. That's why I did.
Not a bad idea. J.C. Wybro checks in for the Blue Golds. She is a freshman wearing number 24.
She's one of my favorites coming off the bench. Oh, my goodness. How'd you like to have that player?
Oh.
If she gets hot off the bench, it's something to see.
Yeah, you're going to be hearing about her from Aquinas. Nice save underneath. That was Lexi Jeffers with the extra effort for Holmen to make that save.
I kind of kid her dad, you know, who was one of the sponsors of our broadcasts from Weisbrod and Associates. Like, where did she get all that athleticism? Because I saw you play and it wasn't from you. Said, no, it's from my wife. Of course, she's a trainer and a fitness guru, and she looks the part too.
Ball tipped away by Donarski.
I think one of the keys to the game, and I guess I talked too much in the pregame, but one of them was to create chaos with the Holmen offense and as a result get turnovers, and that's what the Blue Golds are good at.
Well, the Vikings looking to try to get a shot in close, but they haven't been able to get too much activity out of that right now.
Don't dribble into traps. Don't dribble into traffic. Remember those days when our coaches told us that?
Oh, yeah. There's a steal. Weisbrod. Cross court. Donarski setting up for a three. In and out.
Just spun out. Honeycomb.
And now it's coming out a little further with this trap. Actually trying to catch him in the backcourt. And we got a foul, offensive foul. Wow.
Nate Johnson says, you can't let him do that. You can't let him trap us and foul. He's right, actually. You know, if you as an official, I don't know if you see it this way. As an official, you don't give any preference to teams that are behind. But if a team pressures to take the ball away and there's contact, you got to call it. It's not fair. Yet, do you agree?
I think so. Here, ball down low. Courtney Becker had to bring it down. And it's tied up, and it'll go over to the Vikings.
Dave Donarski said, don't bring the ball down low. Keep it up where the tall players play. He's right.
Vikings slapped around, and they'll hang on to it, but a lot of activity out there. There's active defense by the Blue Golds.
Yeah, they don't take a possession off, do they? They just move. And that's exactly, ooh, what's that? Oh, that was a good call.
Another offensive to Sydney Jar. Offensive. So Sydney driving down the lane, gets the foul.
When you look at analytics of this Blue Gold team, Division 4, 3 of the top 3-point shooters are Aquinas players in the top 10. Teash, Weisbrod, Donarski. 3 out of the 10 from the Blue Golds, top 10 in the Division 3 in the 3-point shooting percentage. Isn't that something?
There's another 3. That's Teash. That's her second one.
Well, what'd she have for breakfast anyway? Jeez.
Oh, I listen to the radio broadcast down in Illinois. Anytime they hit a 3, it's tremendous.
Oh, I like that. You know, speaking of what'd you have for breakfast, you know athletes eat a lot better now than when we were young? We weren't.
We didn't eat for.
No. Did we eat for nutrition and for peak performance? Did we?
No.
Not really.
We weren't quite that attuned.
No.
All the way down in the lane, not going to go. That was Braden Rutten.
Oh, nice transition.
All the way back.
That's what scares the heck out of teams, that transition. They love it. They feed like piranhas on turnovers. They just go. And
that was the first bucket for Lexi Donarski, who's averaging about 23 points.
She had 33 in Hopkins. At Hopkins the last Saturday, 33. Nobody else really showed up, but she did.
That foul goes against Taylor Teusch. That's her second.
It's amazing how athletes now are so they're in much better shape. Are they better athletes overall? Well, that's conjecture, but their physical fitness is much improved since we played. Would you agree?
Oh yeah, they're just much more tuned, much more going on. Their little baby hook not going to go. That was Michaela Rasmussen. Out of bounds, stays with the Blue Golds.
Yeah, you know, a lot of them, some of them even have personal trainers, you know, that set up their diet for them. I don't think I had one of those. I can't remember, but I don't think I did.
Oh.
It was my mom.
Yeah, that was mom.
and it was farm food, by the way. It was not what people eat today.
Nice move, Courtney Becker.
She parted the Red Sea, and she
Great.
just like the Bible story, and she just went and nobody was there.
She's got a dozen. We're down to 10 minutes, 50 seconds, and a steal this time by Scheit. Quickly ahead to Barr, trying to get past the defense. Barr with left-handed layup. She's got it.
I like the way she used her left hand. And Scheit, the steal that you just mentioned too, Art, she does. That's why she starts. She doesn't score, but she does so many little things that spark the team.
And that spark causes a timeout for the Holmen Vikings. 22-6. 10.5 minutes left in the first half. We'll take a timeout and be right back after this in the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Want to remove paint and rust from something old and make it look like new? Well, that's what they do at Fairway Painting and Sandblasting in Holmen. Everything from small items like bicycles and wheels to large industrial parts for cranes, machines, tanks. They can paint and refurbish your equipment in their 72,000 square foot facility in Holmen or on site at your place of business. They've got the largest sandblasting booth in Wisconsin and multiple painting booths. For more information, visit their website, Fairway Painting and Sandblasting on Union Street in Holmen.
Welcome back to Holmen at the middle school tonight. This is Art Fay along with Terry Erickson, Jesse Von Ruden on our computer controls tonight, and Ryan Scape taking care of the camera for us. Holmen Vikings trailing the Aquinas Blue Gold Ladies by a score of 22-6. Timeout called by the Vikings and a lost ball out of bounds that goes over to the Blue Golds.
Just talking to Jimmy Gillespie, who's a big star on the boys team. I said, well, I want to have you on Seven Rivers Sports, and so we'll set that up. I'm going to talk a little bit about that show when we have some time during the game, if I could.
Around the perimeter they go. They got a lot of three-point shooters with Wybroad. And JC's on the board.
You know, Art, you have to contest, and you have to sprint to the shooter and go completely vertical as high as you can, or every one of those threes are going to be in there.
Vikings. The baseline, driving it, and drops it off. Nice pass, her teammate.
It was a nice pass. It was a great pass, a good look, too. We haven't seen much of that, but that time, number 30, Michaela Rasmussen, the senior. Good vision.
Zoe Koblitz in the lineup for the Blue Golds. You know, Terry, you were just saying, you know, when you're out there playing like this, there's times you want to double team people, but they've got so many weapons. There's another one, Kayla Barr. That's a three.
Yeah.
So when you double team up on somebody that you think is going to be hurting you, they got somebody else who steps up.
That's exactly right. Yeah, and it's kind of what makes them. What will probably bring another state championship to them too.
See, Jeffers will be going to the line as she's fouled on a nice left-handed effort.
The key is to pick up fouls. You know, that's what. How can I improve my game, Terry? Well, how many times you go to the free throw line? Never. Okay, well, you're not doing much then, right? Yeah, Lexi Jeffers out with a hamstring injury early. Second game coming back. She rebounds well, and I like her shot. I like the way she puts it in the shot pocket and releases it. Somebody's been working with her on mechanics.
That foul went against Zoe Koblitz. That was her first. 27-7. You know, and this Blue Gold team just kind of keeps just nicking away at that lead and just keeping it bigger and bigger. We've got a tie up there, and it'll be Blue Gold's basketball.
Yeah, nice tie up that time, too. Good defense by the Vikings.
Haley Velisca sits down for the first time this half for the Vikings.
I was impressed with her as a freshman last year playing for Dwayne Veek. Again, the daughter of assistant coach Brian Velisca.
Shot from the corner, that's Becker. Board Rick and Aaron.
Talk to Rick now, because when baseball season comes, forget it. He's not.
Yeah, he's all tied up.
Of course, he's been in Florida at some Masters meaning age, of course.
Oh, really?
Tournaments and play. He's been down there showing his youthful skills.
Yeah, he's one of those guys that, like, just preserves himself so well.
He does, exactly.
There's Barr. And Kayla goes all the way down, and she draws the foul.
You know, he must have went down to Florida when he was young and took a glass of that, Ponce de Leon, in the Fountain of Youth.
Yep.
Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Remember that story? And I think he still goes down there occasionally just to get get another supplement, another glass, because he keeps his youth, but he goes to the Y all the time, and he says he works full time, but don't let him kid you, because he doesn't.
Well, Kayla at the line here.
You know what he works full time at? Being a kid.
That's all right. One of the things, Kayla's probably one of the better free throw shooters for Aquinas. She hits a lot of them.
She does.
Kayla's got 7 of the game. Makes it 29-7. Nice move inside.
Was that ever a nice pass?
Lexi Jeffers, everything was right there, just couldn't finish it off.
Yeah, Lexi Jeffers, she's got to get a little more strength, but she's 6 foot sophomore and world of talent, raw yet.
Baseline shot on the far side. That was a 3. Anna Knutson.
I like that. Anna Knutson, the 5'8" senior.
29-10 with that 3-pointer. Teusch off the back of the bracket. That's a rebound coming down to the Vikings. Rasmussen with that rebound. And the Blue Gold just settling back into a zone. Now comes the pressure. And tipped out of bounds. Viking basketball.
Boy, stay out of the coffin corner. You were talking about Schumacher Kish Funeral Home, and of course they're famous for coffins, but we don't want to go there for a while. But that's what my coach used to say. Terry, don't go in the coffin corner. You ever heard that expression?
Oh yeah, very much so. It's just a place you can't get out of.
Exactly.
And almost a backcourt violation. Boy, they get in that corner, Terry. You see him come? Boy, that's a big pressure there. You got the sideline.
Yeah, and those long arms. And
just come right after
length you. And angry look, arrive at the ball with an angry look. Remember that? It's like my football coach used to say, arrive at the ball with like you mean it, with an angry look.
And we got a foul.
Good call.
Stolen on this end of the court was by Kayla Barr, and Donarski drew the foul. That goes against Knutson. That's our first.
My longtime Raul Christensen at UWL, you remember him as a defensive coordinator. He said, arrive at the ball like a pit bull. Like a pit bull. Was he right?
Right. Well, nice pass inside. Kayla Barr got the inside position. She'll go to the free throw line for a couple more.
Well, you said she was a great free throw shooter. Let's see if you're right on these free throws.
She hasn't proven me wrong yet.
No, she's got good skill. She heard you too. She says, "I'm not going to let Art down."
Yeah, she's pretty solid out there.
Of course, you got a connection to that family because you're a celebrity like her grandpa is.
Oh, I don't know about that, but
I walk around in the floats, and you ride on top of a wagon all the time.
Steamboat.
So what are you talking about?
Yeah, but that's just fun.
Well,
fun stuff.
You're up there, and I'm down there. That's the way it is in the world.
Ooh. And stolen away. Yeah, letting them mix it up a little bit.
Nate Johnson says, you got to protect my athletes. He's kind of right there in a situation like that.
Helavaca is in the lineup for the Blue Golds, and Libby is wearing number 34. .6:15 left in this first half, 31-10.
Vikings staying in that zone, too.
Yeah, they are. They're looking around, trying to set up, I think, a three-pointer if they can.
Nate Johnson says, I don't think we can match up man-to-man, so I'm going to really see if I can stay with my zone.
Scheit, not going to go. But Teusch has it, and we got a foul at the baseline.
Scheit's two older brothers were excellent student athletes at Aquinas, and Sam, you probably remember Sam Scheit, and ended up playing football at Luther College. Remember that? And now he's getting his doctor's or his master's in theology at Boston College. who's going to be a college theology instructor. That's pretty impressive, huh?
It is very impressive.
I told him I don't even know how to spell theology. He was on Seven Rivers Sports.
Well, a long shot by Teush, not going down, but it stays with the Blue Golds. Barr double team down low.
Looks like a foul on number 5, Lexi Jeffers, maybe?
Holmen foul on Jeffers. Her second.
Yeah.
Team 7.
Even though our viewpoint here from the end line is not the best, I got that right. So I'm sure people are thinking, well, why don't you get them right when you're refereeing then?
Kayla Barr at the line.
Your favorite free throw
I
shooter,
like her.
made 4 in a row.
Yeah, she's 6 for 6 in this first half, and she's got 11.
She better give you a Valentine
Yeah,
for
she
talking
got-
so nicely about
Well,
it.
she's giving a big game tonight. That's how she goes. I mean, she just can hit it at spurts like that, and she's really good at the line. High archer, going to be short. Barr with the rebound. And she pushes it up court.
Would you say, as she's pushing the ball up the floor and kicking it out for
Tails.
another 3, Tails, would you say that Barr's the most improved player on this Blue Gold team?
Most improved?
Yeah.
You know, I think she always had it. I think her, the defense has always been there, and with all the players that have around her, I just don't think she turned on the offense. And boy, she's certainly turning it on in the last few games.
She's risen in her level of contribution and performance, wouldn't you say?
Oh, I think so, and I think she's really a confident kid now.
Yeah, I think she was a little intimidated, maybe a little reluctant with all the quality athletes around her, but she's coming into her own.
And her favorite sport and her best sport is softball. That's what she wants to play.
Right. I know the Blue Golds should have another good softball team too this spring. I hope our spring is not like last spring because it snowed till first week in May.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I do.
Nice entry pass.
Inside, and we got a blocking foul down low, and Sydney Jar. She should be going to the line, I think.
Yeah, great entry pass too. How many entry passes, how many post passes does a team have in the course of a game? That is a factor in the success of a half-court offense. I think Logan boys need to do a little bit more of that, maybe with McGuire Werner, the number of post passes. You can always pass it back out again and then repost and pass it back in, but you got to get the ball into the post player as often as you can.
Jar's second one, she's got them both. 4 out of 5 from the free throw line for the Vikings. Scores 36-12. Blue Golds tonight. And a commanding lead here as we tick down towards halftime. Teush not going to go. And loose basketball, finally Scheit picks it up. And good, nice move to the basket for Megan Scheit.
That's that 50-50 ball, that she just had the instincts to go after it. And the result, 2 points for Scheit.
There's a three-pointer on the way on the baseline. Not there. Boy, Barr, her and Becker controlling the boards. And ahead to Teush.
Yeah, they've just really mastered the transition game.
They really do. I mean, they want to run. Give it to them, they're gone.
Ooh.
Yeah, and Taylor knew that right away.
Yeah.
That's her third.
Yeah, exactly. But, that was a foolish foul. Just didn't move her feet, basically. She doesn't do that very often, but that's the kind of the officials did a nice job there because, all right, we talk about that at the NC2A level a lot, too. Always protect the dribbler and the shooter. Would you agree with that? Protect them.
Yeah.
I mean, if they're rerouted, if they're bumped, if they're dislodged, if they're displaced, if their direction is compromised, foul. And the officials did a good job.
That's a different kind of first half scoring-wise for these Blue Golds. At the line, Velisca, and she misses the free throw.
When you look at the number of times they've eclipsed the 80-point mark, though, I mean, I'm not surprised they're on their way to that tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Donarski, not there. She's only got 2 points in this first half. Scoring's coming from Becker and Kayla Barr.
defense by Megan.
A nice move into the lane. And we got a tie-up. Kayla Rasmussen following her shot. And it'll be blue gold basketball.
These reserves for the Blue Goals have played as much as the starters in many games.
They have.
I mean, how'd you like? Wouldn't it be nice to be a sub on a team like that where you know you're going to play a considerable amount of time? Or sometimes you're a sub and you're on the end of the bench. You never do get in.
Lexi Donarski, she gets her two. 42-12. Now we're at 2:28 left in the half. In the jar.
Nice pass.
Nice move, too.
Oh, my goodness, yes. And an easy call. And it looked like Courtney Becker's looking like, was that on me? Oh, my goodness, was it ever on you?
You know, I like this Sydney Jar. She's going to be, she's only a sophomore. She's going to be a factor here next 2 years.
Oh, they're a young team, and Nate Johnson's just trying to build a team. You're right. He's a new coach and a new team, and it's not easy. Again, following a Hall of Fame coach. By the way, late breaking news, Dwayne Veek will be in the 2019 WBCA Hall of Fame.
I did not know that. Good for him.
Over 400 wins. State championship. Now he's a grandfather too, by the way. He just texted me a picture of his grandson.
Katie?
I think it's Brian.
Oh, okay. J.C. Wiseroad with a three.
Yeah, she's deadly from the outside.
She's got 5 in the game. Here's a baseline three. Off the front of the rim. Lexi Donarski's got it.
Not many putbacks, not many second chances for the Vikings.
You know, we haven't seen it tonight, but, you know, Lexi Donarski not only is a great basketball player, you know, she qualifies for track in multiple events, and the speed that she's got is incredible. You know, she turns it on. She's got that extra gear that not many kids have.
She'll be at UWL for the state meet again this spring. One of the most impressive spectacles in the area of high school around here is the state track and field meet. Would you agree with that? State track and field meet in early June is just an incredible thing to watch.
It is. It's fun. You know, we do the awards down there, and you know, my wife and I have done that for a number of years, and it's just fun. And we get it from the inside of the track, and it's kind of fun to be a little bit closer and watch all that activity.
Is that kind of like a quasi date then that you have with her during?
Kinda. It really doesn't end up too much like that, but yeah, we just hand out the awards, and it's kind of a special couple of days just to be down there and be involved and volunteer.
Yeah, I'm a volunteer down there too, but I'm not in a high-profile position like you are. I'm just kind of behind the scenes.
Oh, I'm giving the awards to the kids. All right, score is 45-16. We got 1:10 left in the half. Weisbrod, and she gets a three.
Do not let her get confidence and let her set up.
You know, I was watching Coach Donarski on that, and Dave was, I don't think that was a shot he wanted, but it was kind of like one of those, no, okay, good.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe he wanted to take a little more time off the clock.
I think he wanted to run a play.
Yeah. JC says, forget the play, Coach. I'm just going to shoot the ball.
So a 32-point lead here for the Blue Golds. And you're right, Terry. You know, after that loss, they wanted to put on a good showing tonight. And this first half certainly has been for the Blue Golds. Weisbrod again. That was not too far off and battled for. And on the line, but good hustle at the baseline by Helveka.
I like that. Libby Helveka, I believe, the senior 5'8", did a nice job of sprinting after the ball. That's a Villanova check mark in their character, attitude, play. They have a chart that just does things like that, records effort.
We're down to the last 10 seconds in the half. Vikings looking to get a good shot.
Oh, nice.
Good move.
Was that ever pretty?
All the way down for Reuten.
Shot fake, art shot fake, and she went hard to the basket. That was pretty.
It was. So we've come to the halftime. It is a 48-18 lead here for the Blue Golds. And just before we break here, I'll tell you a little about Blaschke Schneider Funeral Homes. They've been providing service for over 80 years for the area. And they've got 2 locations, Caledonia Street and West Avenue. And Terry, again, for every time we've got Blaschke and Schneider Funeral Homes, we've got our players of the game that we have to choose for both Aquinas and for Holmen. So we'll pick that up later in tonight's game. So 48-18, it's halftime here. We'll take a break and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Premier Spine Health and Injury in Holmen has opened a new state-of-the-art chiropractic facility in Holmen. They offer a specialized exam and specific plan to deal with
Whiplash, concussions, TMJ, carpal tunnel, even headaches and migraines. We work to relieve the pain caused by these symptoms so that you can get back to doing the things that you love.
Set up an appointment today. Your first visit is only $39 and it's donated to the charity of your choice. Call or stop by Holmen's Premier Chiropractic Office, Premier Spine Health and Injury at 814 Main Street in Holmen. Premier Spine.
You know that Boyers is a small family business.
That doesn't mean it's not fully staffed. Here's our sales department.
Purchasing department. Delivery and setup. Warehouse crew.
Quality control.
Advertising.
We've got the best in sales, service, and selection. Come on down and check out Boyer's Furniture.
You know that.
Want to remove paint and rust from something old and make it look like new? Well, that's what they do at Fairway Painting and Sandblasting in Holmen. Everything from items like bicycles and wheels to large industrial parts for cranes, machines, tanks. They can paint and refurbish your equipment in their 72,000 square foot facility in Holmen or on site at your place of business. They've got the largest sandblasting booth in Wisconsin and multiple painting booths. For more information, visit their website and Sandblasting on Union Street in Holmen. Dinner tonight? Don't go just anywhere. Make it special. A fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana. Real, authentic Mexican food made fresh every single day. Quesadillas, fajitas, burritos, enchiladas, and don't forget the margaritas. Looking for a place for a special celebration? Well, Fiesta Mexicana can handle groups up to 65 people. Their party planners will help you with a special menu or a delicious Mexican buffet. They can even cater a party in your home. So make it special. Make it Fiesta Mexicana on Mormon Cooley Road at the south end of La Crosse.
No matter where you are, it's easy to find Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Schneider Heating, La Crosse.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Here you are.
Right now, get over $1,700 in rebates and utility credits with your new Carrier Infinity heating and cooling system.
Call or visit us online to ask more about our Gold Star maintenance program.
Schneider Heating, West Salem.
Schneider Heating around West Salem. Here you go.
Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning.
Welcome back to Holmen Middle School. Special night here for the girls' game between the Holmen Middle School, or excuse me, the Holmen girls and the Aquinas Blue Golds. We're not over at the high school tonight because that's where the MVC gymnastic tournament is going on tonight. Art Fay along with Terry Erickson, and Terry, tonight, first half, Aquinas up by 30 points, and they're led by 3 kids in double figures.
Well, it's kind of what we expected. We didn't expect this kind of a score, this disparity, but we expected a team that runs and jumps and creates havoc and chaos and turnover after turnover, and that feeds their transition game. And it's just, I've seen it so many times when you have an inexperienced team like the Vikings doing, you're trying to build, you're vulnerable to that kind of pressure, and that's what we're seeing.
Blue Golds led by Courtney Becker. She's got a dozen, and Taylor Teusch and Kayla Barr with 11. Courtney Becker, foul trouble, 3 of them.
Yeah. If you're in the locker room at halftime and you're in the Holmen locker room, knowing Nate Johnson like I do, he's not going to tear his team apart and call them out or do anything like that. That doesn't work anymore, the old-fashioned style, and everyone did it, certainly. I did it too, and it's a mistake. And now you look for the positive things, and you try to build them up, find something that you can build on for the second half. I'm sure Nate Johnson did that. If you're in the Blue Gold locker room, it's like continue to play hard, take the pressure off, I would think he would do. Expect to play a lot of people, stay out of injuries, take good shots, be smart, and don't ever come out of a halftime when you're ahead by a sizable number thinking you're going to take the gas off the pedal and just simply coast. You're saying to your players, it's a close game. That's what the mindset is. All
right, we're going to go take a quick break and be right back with the second half after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
It's halftime on the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week. Tonight's girls basketball game features the Aquinas Blue Golds and the Holmen Vikings. We'll return with the second half of tonight's game after these messages. Premier Spine Health and Injury in Holmen has opened a new state-of-the-art chiropractic facility in Holmen. They offer a specialized exam and specific plan to deal with your pain.
Whiplash, concussions, TMJ, carpal tunnel, even headaches and migraines. We work to relieve the pain caused by these symptoms so that you can get back to doing the things that you love.
Set up an appointment today. Your first visit is only $39 and it's donated to the charity of your choice. Call or stop by Holmen's Premier Chiropractic Office, Premier Spine Health and Injury at 814 Main Street in Holmen. Premier Spine.
Here we go, start of the second half. Holmen Vikings with control of the basketball, finding themselves down 48-18. And stolen away, Courtney Becker on top. It's a foot race. And Becker starts off the second half.
A blow away, a blow by, just found an accelerated step. While we were taking a break, I was looking at the number of Blue Gold wins that with a running clock, and they had 8 of their 19 wins with the clock running in the second half. That's got to be a record in itself.
I think so. Courtney Becker will go to the free throw line. She stole it away again.
Of course, why do I say that? Well, this could be one of those games. We're hoping not, because we want to see good things for the Holmen Vikings, too.
That foul went against Jeffers, and that's her third.
Oh, there's that extra pass. Nice.
Bar.
I'm all into extra passes. Our coaches, when I played, didn't even talk about making an extra pass, but now that's what you see that all the time.
Yeah, you do. With that 3, Kayla Barr's got 14.
Of course, they might have told you to make the extra pass, but you just shot the ball.
It'd probably rattle out more than that. Kayla Barr's folks, Kelly and Jason, both in the stands tonight, enjoying this game, watching their daughter do well. You said Bree had a stress factor, and she's a sophomore, isn't she?
Yeah, they only have 10 players on their roster, and now they're playing with 9. She's a sophomore, Bree is. So I would think that come tournament time, by the way, we'll be covering a lot of that. We'll talk about that later, but I would think they'd bring up a couple players perhaps from the BR team.
I think so. Get that feel and that experience of the tournament.
Exactly. Wouldn't you want to be called up when your team's probably going to go to the state tournament? Oh,
absolutely. Donarski and tie up on the floor eventually there. Lexi Jeffries at the bottom of that. And the basketball will be
one of the points of emphasis that we talk about in the NC2A level, and it's the same thing in high school, is when there's a jump ball situation, get in there as the closest official and call and get in right away before it becomes a foul or before somebody gets hurt. Make sense?
Yeah, I was going to say, don't let anybody get hurt.
Yeah, get in there. Just get in there right away. It's the same thing in football with a fumble. Just get in there right away so no one gets injured.
Nice. It'll be
defense.
tough in there. Wild pass coming out. And her teammates are there to bail her out. Here's Donarski. And she's got a nice little two-shot up and in.
You know what? That's deflating for the Vikings because that was a good defensive possession that time. And they did a nice job of doubling in the corner, and then what happens? Donarski hits one.
Teush ahead to Becker. He's going to kick it back out.
Swing it.
There you go.
Swing it.
Scheit. And Scheitz hits it. That's a three.
You know what? The ball moves faster than a person does. You ever know that? You knew that. So move the ball faster and before a player can get there. Move the ball faster than a player.
Yeah, starting off the second half, a 10-0 run here for the Blue Golds. We'll take a timeout and be right back after this on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
Want to remove paint and rust from something old and make it look like new? Well, that's what they do at Fairway Painting and Sandblasting in Holmen. Everything from small items like bicycles and wheels to large industrial parts for cranes, machines, tanks. They can paint and refurbish your equipment in their 72,000 square foot facility in Holmen or on site at your place of business. They've got the largest sandblasting booth in Wisconsin and multiple painting booths. For more information, visit their website, Fairway Painting and Sandblasting on Union Street in Holmen.
Welcome back. It's a 40-point spread right now, 58-18. Another one of our sponsors tonight is Battery Mart. It's not just for your car. At Battery Mart, you'll find batteries for your boat, ATV, motorcycle, lawn tractor, and more appropriate this time of the year, the snowblower. Batteries for all your warm and cold weather equipment. Battery Mart in the Industrial Park below Gunderson Lutheran.
You think they sold a lot of batteries last week and the prior week?
That 36, 40, when you look at different thermometers at any place, but, my car registration was 36 on, I think, Wednesday and 40 below on Thursday. And it made noises when it started, thank goodness, but it made noises I've never heard before.
So I must say that I grew up on a farm and we wore long underwear all the time and thermal socks, and I went back to my farm attire because I wore long underwear that entire week. You know that?
I believe that. I was curious. The ball's out of bounds, and it'll be Holmen's basketball. But, I was curious what that felt like. I just don't recall that cold.
No.
And once I felt it, I went, okay, that's enough. I'm done. There's a nice little jump shot right in front, up and in.
Well, you got that cushy job with the lacrosse center, and everybody else does all the work outside and in. So
I don't know how people could work outside that week.
You just sit in the office and give direction. That's a pretty good job.
Ooh.
Just kidding, of course.
I know, but that was...
I know how difficult your job is.
That was amazing, that weather.
Oh, my goodness. But you're making big strides with that renovation project, aren't you?
One at a time. Donarski not going to go. Barr with a rebound. Kicks it out. Teush. That's not going to go. And Courtney Becker finds a handle on it, and she's fouled.
Yeah. And a good call.
Yeah, Braden Ritten with the foul.
Yeah, the 5'11 juniors. But now that we're here on a basketball court, I just thought of something. I was reading the other day, and I think on your website, that the Harlem Globetrotters are coming back to lacrosse.
Yeah, they're coming back. Kind of look forward to them coming back.
So am I. Do media people get access to some tickets or what?
You got to work that through your sales department. There's Becker.
Oh, good use of the left hand. Right over Michaela Rasmussen, also a big girl at 5'9". One of the few seniors on this team.
Well-balanced scoring attack. Becker leading the way now with 16. 60-20. And this blue-gold team, number one team in Division IV. You know, and they've got them seated when they eventually get seated here, and you're going to see Melrose Mindoro here to travel. Yeah.
You know, I had Melrose Mindoro in a game the other night against Whitehall. And Joey Arneson, the head coach, do you know him at all?
Just who he is.
Okay, good guy. Grew up in Blair, kind of where my roots are. And I said, are you looking forward to the possibility of a rematch with Aquinas? He said, yeah. in other words, that's on their mind. But that will be an interesting game because Melrose Mindoro is talented, very talented.
There's Taylor Teusch again.
Very talented, and the only the X factor will be the pressure from the Blue Goals if that matchup occurs.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. You know, and it's amazing how this Blue Gold team, from the state tournament team last year and this year, and a lot of changes in the faces, but still a powerful team. Nice baseline shot, Matt Rasmussen.
I like the way she took that dribble and got away from pressure, the senior, and got a good two.
Donarski. And here's Teusch again, open in the corner. Not going to go. And Kayla Barr on the floor. And they call a timeout. It's time enough for the Blue Golds. So with that timeout, 63-22 Blue Golds over Holmen. We'll take a break. Right after this, we'll be back on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
We're starting the new year with our biggest sale of the year at Interior Designs Holmen. All our carpets are on sale, so you'll save money and get more for free. Free measuring and estimating at your home. Free furniture moving, even that heavy couch and king-size bed. Free removal of your old carpet and padding, and we'll recycle it. Free life of carpet labor warranty for as long as you own the carpet. All at the lowest prices of the year and 12 months no interest financing. Save money and get more for free during the biggest carpet sale of the year going on now at Interior Designs.
Welcome back. Another one of our sponsors tonight's high school game is Bacalar Sausage, producing quality, award-winning sausage products all the way back to 1935. Made the finest ingredients using recipes handed down through their generations. Bacalar's products are available at your local grocery store. If you're planning a cookout, remember the grill is not a grill without Bacalar Sausage. Bacalar is locally owned and community involved and a fan favorite since 1935.
One of my favorites. Going to a baseball game it's not fun unless you have a hot dog or a sausage, a brat.
It doesn't feel right, does it?
It doesn't. So, but I hope I'm going to be in Arizona for most of the month of March.
Are you?
So I am.
Taking some games in?
I am. So I'm hoping that Bacalar sausages are out there in Arizona. Because if they're not,
I'd have to take some with you.
If they're not, I'm not having one because I don't eat any other brand than Bacalar's.
Valiska with a little baby hook, not there, and Becker with the rebound.
Do you know the pitchers and the catchers report started practice yesterday?
I heard they were coming in quick. I didn't know it was yesterday, but I heard they're coming in. Donarski. Oh, Teusch, nice baseline move, not going to go.
Pretty good defense by Sidney Jarr, too. Yeah, there's a lot of teams out there. You got to get out there one of these years. Check with your wife and see if she'll let you go.
Well, I've been out. It's been a long time since I've been out there, but boy, I love that spring training.
Oh yeah, we go to
fun.
Cub game, Giants, Diamondbacks, Brewers.
Well, you get so close to the players.
And you do, and I used to go out and watch Damian Miller play all the time.
Yeah.
And I would holler at him, Damian, I'm here. He'd come over and give a ball, sign a ball for the kids and so on. But what's nice about Arizona versus Florida is most of the parks are really close.
Correct.
Where in Florida, they're spread out so much.
Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't know that difference. I was out in Arizona, and I think it was a Brewer Stadium, I think, when we were. There's a Donarski pass ahead, and nice. There you saw the speed of Donarski. Lexi just getting ahead out there. Nice pass from Courtney Becker.
Yeah, I was going to say Courtney Becker led her perfectly like Aaron Rodgers used to do with his receivers.
The running clock, we're at 41 points right now. That doesn't kick in until 9 minutes. And nice steal, and the freshman that's in there, Elena Bignevsky.
Yeah, she's been playing a lot. Her dad, of course, the head baseball coach at Aquinas, won a couple state championships sitting across the way. They have a son that's a good basketball player, too. I don't know if you've seen him play. He's on the VR team. By the way, we have the Blue Goals and the Rangers tomorrow night in our telecast.
Oh, quite a collision there.
Yeah.
Lexi Donarski and Sydney Jar.
In a good foul, though. Not a malicious foul. It was a good foul. You know, my coach used to always teach us foul hard so you don't give easy layups in, but then reach over and pick the player up. You agree with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Pick the player up, which sends a message that I only fouled because I had to not let you score. I like that. I used to teach my players to do the same thing.
Lexi now has got 10. You know, one of the things a lot of coaches talk about that you want to, you know, it's easy to find 1 or 2 kids that can score a lot for your team, but when you got players number 3 and 4, that makes a big difference for your squad.
Yeah, how do you defend that? That's pretty hard.
Exactly. Timeout on the floor. Time now to listen to a little bit about Fiesta Mexicana. They got delicious, authentic, and fresh Mexican food. Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side. Burritos, fajitas, tacos, chimichangas, and margaritas. And they got those in multiple flavors. And in the summer, you can sit outside, talking about that, or just sit inside. They cater, and they can host your party or special event. Fiesta Mexicana on the south side of La Crosse.
Nothing better than sitting outside here, Arizona, wherever, and having a margarita, right?
That
and some chips and stuff. Is that enjoyable?
I could do one of those. All right, it's 67-22. We're at 10:59 left in this contest. It was 48-18 at half. At halftime, Aquinas was 8 for 8 from the free throw line, and the Holmen girls were 8 for 10, so good free throw shooting by both these clubs.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Tayush corks a 3, not going to go.
Nice rebound, good block out. I like that. Sydney Jar, that's why she leads the team in rebounds as only a sophomore.
There's that double team and a foul. I think that's going to.
And it was. That's kind of what we talked about before, Art. You know, you have to protect the offense on double teams or reaching in. You can't allow contact. That was a good call.
Well, Taylor Tayush, that's her 4th.
I thought that was on Donarski. It looked like it, didn't it, from this angle?
I thought so from this angle, but if you look at the scoreboard, they're telling us Tayush got it. And she stays into the game.
Dave Donarski's telling his players, go vertical, go vertical.
Oh, nice reverse layup. You know, I didn't know if Lexi would be able to get even close to her average. Now she's turning it on here in the second half.
She heard you. She's going to prove a point to you. It's like, you think I can only score 10, 12 points a game? I'll show you, Art.
Well, she connects on that, getting the three-point play. She's got 13 in the game.
We're approaching that magic time on the clock when the clock will continue to run, Art.
Yeah, this shot on the middle, and Sydney Jar.
That was pretty. That was very pretty by Sydney Jar.
Donarski not there. Nice little weave, top of the key, shot not gonna go.
I like that possession though.
Yep.
And that's why she was open, because they ran a good screen, a good ball screen, which created separation.
And some patience here. We got a foul on the baseline.
Yeah.
You know, this blue gold team has scored 80 points or more 5 times. And of those, 3 of them, they went over the 90-point mark. So that high-powered offense, and they're kind of flirting with that again tonight.
They are. Well, you know that old saying, when the train gets running down the track, you know.
Yeah.
It's hard to stop. It's a runaway train.
Weisbrod not going to go. And a whistle underneath. Oh, if that's on Tayush, she's done.
It was actually on 33 too.
Oh.
It was on Zoe Koblitz, the 5'7" junior.
Taylor was in that area. I thought, oh my goodness. That's 14 fouls on the Blue Gold, 6 right now on the Vikings in this second half. Baseline turnaround jumper blocked, and that was by Becker. Becker get her hand up there that time. Becker gets a foul.
She stayed with it, did Braden Ritten. That was that's a bright spot for the Vikings right there.
And Courtney Becker comes out of the game. She fouled out.
Yeah.
So she leaves.
Maybe, is that a teachable moment? Is that a teachable moment, meaning that if we're going to continue, if we're going to win in the postseason, you can't foul out, right?
Right. Now the extra point, that goes in.
You got to stay out of foul trouble. We don't need another coach sitting on the bench.
They're setting either Teusch or Donarski up for a three-pointer here.
They tend to perimeterize, not attacking the basket.
The shot on the baseline, not there.
Yeah, that was a rush shot. That was not a good shot by Koblitz.
Down to 8.5 minutes. Now we're into a running clock at 70-27. Baseline shot, not going to go. Lexi Donarski pushed it all the way down. Teusch all the way up for the layup, and that'll go in.
Led her perfectly, didn't she?
She did.
That was about a 70-foot pass, too.
A two-handed push pass. 72-27. And loose basketball underneath the basket. And they're going to call that a jump ball. Stays with the Vikings. Elena Bagnevsky comes in, and Lexi comes out.
It might be her last. She might be her last play of the game, huh? She might be on the bench the rest of the way.
Bagnevsky gets a foul right away. That's 16 fouls against the Blue Golds. And all the way down the lane, not going to go. Hellebuck with the rebound.
She's played well in reserve.
She has.
Hellebuck, she has.
A little two-man ball over there on the far side. Three-pointer on the way, and that's not going to go. Weisbrod with the rebound.
Nice.
Partially blocked. And we got a foul over the back. I think that's going to go against Bagnevsky.
Brayton Ritten and a nice block.
Another one of our sponsors tonight is Weisbrod and Associates. They're supporting high school athletes and Aquinas Blue Golds. They know high school athletics helps build character in young people. Good luck, Blue Golds, as they make their way towards state championship from Weisbrod and Associates.
Yeah, good luck if you do your taxes yourself and not go to Weisbrod, because you might be in trouble.
Yeah.
Because we take all of our taxes, he does our taxes for the whole family every year, and we know that there is honesty, integrity, and thorough, no mistakes when you take it to Weisbrod and Associates.
Yeah, some of those tax laws are just kind of goofy. They change so fast on you too.
Yeah.
At the other end, Anna Knutson hit those 2 free throws. She's got 10 in the game in double figures for the Vikings.
Sometimes if you don't know those laws and they change every year, you don't take advantage of some of the opportunities.
Well, that's exactly it. You miss out on some stuff. Into the game is Erica Schmelzers for the Vikings. She wears number 41. And she goes down the lane and an extra step.
Yeah, nice pass though inside, and she did. Erica, the 5'7" senior. Good to see these seniors in the lineup for the Vikings. Only, as you said, 4 seniors on the roster. Only 2 seniors on the Blue Gold roster.
They got a baseline into Weisbrod. She'll kick it back out or try to, and she gets tied up. Aquinas keeps the basketball.
Got to do a better job of protecting the ball. When you get the ball down deep, get your elbows out, swing.
Weisbrod.
That was a nice shot.
Yeah, nice little inbounds pass. Had a good look. Trying to get back behind the defense and broken up and taken away. Aquinas coming down. Nice reverse dribble. Can't finish it off.
It was nice by Koblitz.
Kelsey Riebel with the basketball. And again, trying to make it underneath. Ooh, kind of a little wild.
Nice pass, but
a reverse layup attempt.
More of a throw than a shot, but she was off balance, so she didn't have much choice.
Fire to Weisbrod, open look. She's got it.
Relocated to a mid-range jump shot and a timeout. Blue Goals. I think just a
substitution timeout.
Yeah, just keep it
I'll tell you a little bit about Pizza Corral up here in Holmen. Before or after the game, you can round up the family and head to Pizza Corral for the original size pan-style pizza. They've got soup, salad bar, ice cream, and all kinds of beverages. You can dine in or carry it out, or a banquet room and party rooms are also available. Pizza Corral in Holmen. Got a phone number here for you, 526-3660. 526-3660, Pizza Corral. And a missed layup shot. We got a jump ball on the rebound. It'll stay at that end of the court.
Boy, I know a lot of people in Holmen and the surrounding area talk highly of Pizza Corral.
Oh, it's a great. I've been in there. It's a great pizza they deliver.
Yeah, good quality people, which always I appreciate.
And we got a drag of the pivot foot. It's a turnover. Now these Blue Golds are right at their average tonight, now offensively with 74 points. And at the long two, not going to go. Ball on the floor, the jump ball.
Should stay with the Blue Golds. We talked a little bit about our schedule. Tomorrow we're at the Aquinas and Central, Aquinas and Logan game. And are you with me tomorrow night?
I don't believe so. I think I got a different game.
So you do? Okay.
I think I'm with the Holmen. Is it Holmen Aquinas boys tomorrow?
No, it's Aquinas Logan boys.
Aquinas Logan.
Oh, there's a good drive to the basket by Scheit.
Yeah.
Fouled by number 43, Kelsey. Is it Riebel? Riebel? Oh, Schnelzer, I guess, picks up the foul. But anyway, I was looking at next week. And I think we have we're broadcasting 5 or 6 games next week starting Monday. Monday will be the Aquinas at Central game, and they're going to honor the 1979 Central team that went to state 40 years ago in 79. And we have we're going to follow these Blue Goals into the postseason too. And we're going to follow Central into the postseason, so we got lots of basketball next week and into the sectional level. So you didn't get your assignments for next week then yet?
Not next week. I don't know what next week brings. And we got a
full timeout.
Full timeout.
So the clock should stop.
It does. 127. It's a 75-29 contest right now. And this one's going to go in the books here for the Blue Golds. They'll end up with their 20th win of the season. And they will go 11-0 in the conference, 20-1 overall.
Winning another conference championship. Should get several of these players on the all-conference team, huh?
I would think so. You could hardly look past this team and not have a number of them being honored.
Yeah, we were talked about on Friday, February 22nd, we will be at Aquinas. Just moving ahead to a week from now, Aquinas playing Fenimore and Boscobel, and then we'll cover them Saturday the 23rd, and the following week into the sectionals. We'll cover Central, which they begin their play in 2 weeks, and maybe West Salem. So a lot of teams that we will cover in the next 3 weeks.
And the ball on the floor again, and the freshman Bagnevsky gets it out of there. There's Weisbrod, bounce pass. No, trying to thread it through there, and it won't go. 5 players for the Aquinas Blue Golds tonight in double figures.
Yeah, I got in the game.
You did.
Look at that. See,
you made a difference.
If I wouldn't have been paying attention, the ball would have went out the door onto Highway 53.
So we're down to the last 25 seconds, and a left-handed shot, and it's a foul on the floor.
Holmen, too, in the postseason, so we need to share their postseason trip. Their journey, I should say. They're the number 7 seed, and they host Rice Lake next Tuesday, and then hopefully we'll see them move on to possibly play the Central Red Raiders out of the Mississippi Valley Conference. So we wish them the best of luck also in Nate Johnson's first year as the head coach.
Kelsey Reibel at the line. And she gets them both.
So you and I got our work cut off for you the next couple weeks. So you better stay healthy, and you better be.
Yeah.
Forget those meetings. You don't have meetings scheduled during the postseason.
I got plenty of meetings. All right, Blue Golds are just going to pass this one out, and it's down to 3 seconds. They're going to win this one 75-31 for their 20th win of the season. As we said, the Aquinas Blue Golds, they had 5 kids in double figures tonight. Taylor Teusch and Courtney Becker, both with 16 points. Kayla Barr ended up with 14. Lexi Donarski, 13, and J.C. Weisbrod had 10. 6 points for Megan Scheit, and that was the scoring lineup for the Blue Golds. In double figures, leading the way for the Holmen girls, that's Anna Knutson. She had 10, 6 for Sydney Jar. Lexi Jeffers had a free throw. Braden Reuten with 5. Michaela Rasmussen had 4. Haley Velisca had 3 points, and Kelsey Reibel had 2.
Well, Sydney Jar played really well. I think so did Knutson. I'm going to go with Sydney Jar as my player of the game for the Vikings. And again, we wish them the best into the postseason. And for the Blue Golds, what are your thoughts on the Blue Golds?
Boy, that was a little tougher tonight. You know, at the start of the game, you know, it was Courtney Becker got him going. She just took off, and she led the way and dominated things. Taylor Teusch, you know, had a good three-point range shooting, and, you know, Kayla Barr was just consistent out there, getting 14 points. I'm kind of torn here, but I just first impression, Courtney Becker.
Yeah, I'll go with Courtney Becker too, and you could go in a lot of different directions. It's sort of like throw the proverbial coin up and see where it lands. But, but you know, again, we've worked so many of these Blue Gold games. It's been enjoyable, and I hope we can work a lot more. I hope you're around, because I know our CEO will be off to Florida to celebrate his mom's 95th birthday or something next week.
I guess I didn't realize he was doing that.
Yeah.
Good for him.
So
wow.
So that's what I said. You better not have any meetings, because we're going to need you working next week. So
wow.
But we'll be joining you tomorrow night from Aquinas High School.
All right. Look forward to it.
So we hope that you'll be around for that, and our viewers will be there to watch that big game in the MVC.
I hear you. All right, for Ryan Scaife, who's working the camera tonight, Jesse Von Ruden on our computer tonight, Terry Erickson, this is Art Fay. I want to thank you for joining us. Again, it was the Aquinas Blue Gold 75, the Holmen Viking Girls 31. Thank you for joining us on the KQEG High School Game of the Week.
You've been watching the KQEG TV High School Game of the Week, featuring the Aquinas Lady Blue Golds and the Holmen Lady Vikings. The High School Game of the Week, made possible by our sponsors, like Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Your comfort is their business on Southwest 2nd Avenue in Onalaska. Schumacher Kish Cremation and Funeral Services in La Crosse, La Crescent, and Onalaska. Boyer's Furniture, quality furniture at affordable prices on South Avenue, La Crosse. Interior Design, Your flooring headquarters on Holmen Drive in Holmen. Blaschke Schneider Funeral Home, serving the Cooley region for over 90 years. Fairway Painting and Sandblasting in Holmen. Battery Mart, with batteries for your car, boat, tractor, lawnmower, even your snowblower. Battery Mart. Pizza Corral, round up the family and head for Pizza Corral in Holmen. Premier Spine Health and Injury on Main Street in Holmen. Fiesta Mexicana, don't just have dinner, make it a fiesta at Fiesta Mexicana on La Crosse's south side.